Thank you so much for your time today and appreciate you being here with us. My name is Nelson Arvey. I'm a BIM specialist here at Unifi Labs. Now, at Unifi, we're a global leader in cloud-based BIM content and data management. And our exceptional data platform is here to deliver a better BIM experience for you to help you navigate the dark BIM. Now, if you haven't joined us before, our 15 Minutes to BIM is a monthly series where we talk about a specific topic in the BIM space for about 15 minutes or less. Some of our past topics have included model health, library management, and even upgrading Revit content. If you have any suggestions for future discussions, please drop us a message. We'd love to use some of your suggestions and talk about stuff that is applicable to you. And as well, if you have any questions, please drop a note in our Q&A tool, and we'd love to answer those questions at the end. Scott Scheipel, our Senior Manager of Customer Success, will help us with those questions at the end of the presentation. All right, so today's topic, saved searches, and how we can really access our content quick. So the first thing really to think about is, what is a saved search? So for me, when I think about a saved search, it's typically something where I think that, we're trying to get back to our content quickly and easily that we use quite frequently without having to go through the process of filtering or navigating folders. Now, there's lots of saved searches out there, and many that we use every day. So a few types of those, and I'm sure everyone on this call has bookmarks in their web browser where they save websites and allows them to get back to those quickly. So that's a pretty handy tool to be able to remember all the websites that you like to use on a frequent basis. Now, some websites take that even further, and we can save content on their website itself. So if we have certain search results, we can save those and return back to that quickly. Some of my favorites are like eBay, AutoTrader, or even Realtor.com. Those are some good ones to save some searches. So those are handy as well. Now, Windows Explorer is nice because it gives you a couple of ways to return to content quickly, and we'll actually discuss some of those today. And of course, Unifi has a great Save Search feature that allows us to return to content quickly, and we'll discuss that moving forward. So thinking about Windows again, anyone that's used it is probably very familiar with the Quick Access tab there on the left side when you open up a new window. So what that allows us to do is it saves the folders that we use frequently. We can also pin those folders. So if we have certain folders that we like to get to quickly and with content within them, this is a great feature to be able to help us do that. I know I use it quite a bit, and it's a great time saver for sure. Now, Windows actually takes it even further, and they have saved searches of their own. It's pretty easy to set those up. All you have to do is open up the window or the folder or the hierarchy of folders that you'd like to search, and then all you have to do is type in a key term. So in this case, I typed in electrical. Now we can see that I had results show up. Anything with electrical in the name or in the folder appears here for me. And Windows makes it even easier because we can filter down a little bit as well. We can sort by the date modified, the file type, the size, or we can even search by all the subfolders or just the current folder. So it gives us a few options there. It's not super robust in its filtering, but it can still be pretty handy. And it's easy enough. You can see here that it gives us the option to save that search. So as we do that, the dialog box appears, and it's nice because Windows already created a searches folder for us. So all we have to do is return to that folder, and we can get back to that content. So we can save that search, and again, as we go back to that, we can see here's the search results that we had. And rather than having to go through that filtering process again, we have it here to be able to see the results that we set up. So that's a pretty handy tool as well. Now, Unifi really takes that to the next level. One thing that Unifi really excels at is its robust searching capabilities, really having the ability to search and filter to very specific content. And just kind of a quick review, or if you haven't seen this before, what Unifi allows us to do is not only when we type in a key term can we search just by the name, but we can also search by the family type name, the family category, the material class, or even tags. And of course, we can pick and choose what we'd like to search by as well. So more than just the name for sure. Next, we have the ability to search by Revit parameter. So if we have content and we're looking for something with a specific parameter, we can copy those parameters, place them here, and then we're able to filter down to that content as well. And lastly, we can filter even further. We can filter the name down even further with the filter name tool. We can sort by star rating or even see just our favorites. We can also search just by family category or even file type. So those are really handy to be able to get exactly what we're trying to get to. So let's do a quick search here. You can see we opened up our electrical library and we typed in the asterisk or the wildcard, and what that does is shows us all the results. Now right now we have 510 results, which is quite a bit. I wouldn't want to have to scroll through that trying to find everything that I want. So let's filter it down a little bit more, and we'll make it pretty simple. All we'll do is go to the family category filter and choose conduits. And all of the content that lives within the private family category of conduits will appear for us. So you can see now, instead of 510 results, we've got 11 results. So much better and a lot easier to be able to sort through this set of data that we have here. Now here's where Save Searches comes in. So instead of having to go back each time we want to find conduits and do this filtering and remember the search terms that we'd like to put in, we can save the search. So in the top right corner, you see we have a floppy disk icon, and that will allow us to save this search. Now you can see this form comes up, and what's nice is that most of it's actually pre-filled for us. The only things that we have to do is fill in the Save Search name. So in this case, we'll call it conduits. We'll select a group that we'd like it to be in. So we'll select the electrical group. But then it fills in all the rest for us. All the filtering that we did before, the library we searched, the asterisk that we put in, and the filter for conduit family is all there for us. And the last thing all we have to do is select a picture there at the bottom, and I selected a cross-section of a conduit to help us recognize that search. So then from there, all we have to do is save it, and we can see those results. The other thing to keep in mind too is that we can preview those results at any time. So if we jump into preview the search results, we can see we still have those 11 results. If we wanted to make any changes or try to filter it down further, we can continue to preview those results and see what shows up in our list. So once we save that, if we jump over to our Save Searches, we can see that there's the electrical conduit search that we created. So it makes it really nice and easy to get back to that content. We can be to that electrical conduit in just a few clicks to see those results. Now while we're right here, there's a couple of things to point out. We have two types of Save Searches. There's company Save Searches, which we're in now, and those are company-wide. They're for anyone that has access to the libraries within the company. The other is My Save Searches. You can see it's grayed out there. And those allow us to be able to have users create specific Save Searches just for themselves. So if they want to create ones that's just for them, for content that they use frequently, then your users have the ability to create their own as well. Now there's one other way to create Save Searches, and it's really just in the reverse of how we did it last time. So if we go down into our group, and we can see we've got this gray box in our electrical group. If we click on that, what that does is it allows us to bring up this form again, and instead of pre-filling in all of the filtering that we did before, we'd have to fill it in ourselves now. And if we go through this process, we can still fill in all the forms that we'd like, do the filtering that we need to, and preview the results, and then we can see those to be able to get back to that content and save that search. So it makes it pretty easy to do it that way as well. Now, some of the reasons that we really encourage Save Searches here at Unifi is, one, it makes it easy to get back to frequently used content in just a few clicks. But also because if you're out there and you use container projects or templates, we can pull content from those container projects and create Save Searches for them so that we don't have to refer back to those container projects or template files. We can just pull it from Unifi itself and use those in a quick way as well. So Save Searches are handy for that, and really gives you that ability to get back to your content in a quick way and be really efficient with your time. So guys, thanks so much for your time today. We appreciate you being with us. If you have any other additional questions or like to see some tips and tricks, jump on our website in our Knowledge Center, and you'll be able to see lots of videos and presentations on Unifi and how we can help you with your workflow. And as always, if you have any questions or would like to get more information, please reach out to our sales or support team. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Now mark your calendar for our next 15 minutes to BIM. It's going to be coming up on November 11th at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and the topic is managing your Dynamo graphs. So make sure you join us for that one as well. Thanks so much for your time. Now we'll turn the time over to Scott and see if we had any questions come in.
Perfect. Thanks, Nelson. Looks like we've actually had 3 questions come through. First, can you go ahead and please show me how to go ahead and get content from a container file?
Yes, absolutely. So I can't show you here, but the way that we can do it is we can pull content directly from Revit. So if you open your container project, we have a tool called the batch export tool. And what that allows us to do is we can pull and pick and choose the content that we'd like to retrieve from that container project or template and place it into Unifi. And then from there, we can create saved searches or just use the content how we like. So that's a great tool there, and I really appreciate that question.
Great. Looks like we have 2 more. Why does a schedule show when I filter to see only conduit?
So when we get schedules, they always are classified with the family category that they're created in. So that schedule, for instance, that showed up in our search results was in the conduit family category, so it showed up there. So that would be the reason you'd see it.
Okay, great. And this last one here is a 2-parter, but it was mentioned that you could create saved searches for container projects. How do you actually extract the content for these, which you already kind of explained a little bit, but if you could go into more detail, that'd be great. And then what benefits would I have doing this versus using a harvest project feature?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So yep, like I said before, the batch export tool would be how we could pull it from the container project into Unifi. Some of the benefits of placing it in Unifi, especially if you're using project analytics, is it's going to read that the content you're pulling and pulling from your container projects into Unifi and then placing into your new Revit projects is going to read that it's coming from Unifi rather than non-Unifi. So that is the key there. Now the project harvest tool is great as well because you can do a lot of content all at once and it skips Unifi altogether. So it just depends on what you're comfortable with and which workflow works best for you. But either way is certainly a great way to be able to pull that content. Great question, though. Appreciate that question.
Perfect. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining. That's everything that we have as far as questions are concerned. As Nelson mentioned, we'll talk to everyone again during our next session on November 11th, which is at 11 Pacific, 2 Eastern, and this will continue with the topic of best practice of basic things, then surrounding managing your Dynamo graphs. So with that being said, everyone have a great rest of the day. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Thanks all.